Today we're going to look at PACS management and the informatics of cybercrime and cyber terrorism. In healthcare informatics, all healthcare enterprises have a unique network, personality, and culture. In data communication, there are no rules, only standards, policies, and procedures that can be applied to a PACS system. The decision to install PACS and what level of PACS service to provide depends upon the needs of each facility or system. The acronym PACS, PACS, stands for Picture, Archival, and Communication System, which has to do with imaging informatics. PACS allows different imaging modalities to communicate and talk with each other. To ensure security of this communication, we need to have confidentiality, availability, and integrity. PACS is a portion of a paradigm that leads to a new organizational structure for care delivery. Although it is a major portion of the electronic healthcare system, it is only one piece of the electronic healthcare record. The electronic healthcare record is a patient's medical info from all providers involved in their care. While PACS administration is enterprise-wide, it has its roots in the delivery of imaging services. But it is critical that hospital decision-makers understand that PACS is not just a medical imaging system. The healthcare system integration makes it possible to network departments and healthcare organizations into platforms sharing patient data across a continuum of care. There are many types of information systems and technologies that are in healthcare, which put into the system have different software, different technology for hardware, and make it difficult, especially when it comes to cybercrime and cyber terrorism. Let's take a look at the workflow for inputting one request from the hospital information system to the radiology information system and into the PACS and how they integrate. Notice the multiple communications from the different systems. The PACS administrator should have a background in both information technology or informatics and medical imaging to allow them to manage the system. Different generations of vendor proprietary hardware and software complicate the safe and secure environment for the electronic health record that also includes roadblocks such as time, money, standardization, and lack of training and technical skill. Let's take a moment to peruse this list of responsibilities of a PACS network administrator. One of the major priorities of a PACS administration is configuration and event management. Since each system is different, this takes a tremendous amount of planning, directing, organizing, communication, and controlling of these events in management. Data management includes database administration and security. Information technology deals with network design, maintaining the network, and upgrading the network. To understand what an application server does, it is useful to review the functions of a web server. A web server's primary function is to, quote-unquote, serve the web pages to web clients, utilizing the hypertext transfer protocol. When you're connected to a web server, you request information, it is sent to you, and after it is sent, the connection is then terminated. Hypertext markup language defines the contents and structure of the web page. The Internet can be divided into the clear net and the dark web. The dark web is 400 to 500 times larger than the clear net. The clear net is defined by a domain name, while the dark web is accessed by a server. To access the dark web, you need a program to access the server. A major benefit to using the dark web is anonymity. An application server is an extension of the web and does specific applications such as email. Your system may have many application servers to support your information. This is one of the main reasons that configuration is so important. It includes a set of backends that handle the job of communicating with, extracting data from, and carrying out transactions with a wide variety of legacy applications and databases. The system must be configured to allow all of these different application servers to communicate. Breaking a network into its simplest form, there is a physical network, in other words, the hardware, and the second part of the network is the logical arrangement of these physical pieces to allow them to work together, which requires rules, standards, and software that is compatible. Here we see a demonstration of the physical network as opposed to the logical network. How does cyber terrorism or cybercrime take advantage of the physical and logical networks that we use in our information systems? Hackers or attackers often do cybercrime by accessing our critical infrastructure. Healthcare organizations need to treat cybersecurity as core to their operations, but most healthcare providers do not. They do not have the resources nor the expertise to stay current in IT security. Here we see a 2021 healthcare cybersecurity survey. Let's study the numbers. These numbers demonstrate the need for improved cybersecurity. According to the FBI, a cyber terrorist attack is a type of cybercrime explicitly designed to cause physical harm. However, there is no consensus among governments and the information security community on what qualifies as cyber terrorism. NATO has defined cyber terrorism as a cyber attack that uses or exploits computer or communication networks to cause sufficient destruction or disruption to generate fear or to intimidate a society into an ideological goal. A security attack is an unauthorized attempt to steal, damage, or expose data information from an information system such as your website. Malicious hackers can go about this in a variety of ways. One of the most costly of these types of attacks is a ransomware attack, wherein the hacker gets into your system and then requires you to pay them to get out of your system. As every healthcare organization's network and IT system are unique, it follows that solutions deployed to defend them will differ. However, cyber attacks follow well-known pathways to breach security and infect IT systems. Let's take a look at some of these types of incidents. The majority of significant security incidents occur either through email or human error. Malware infects devices and information systems without users realizing it's there. Drive-by downloads occur when a person visits an infected site. The malware is downloaded onto and silently infects that person's device. Phishing deceives users into clicking on a link or disclosing sensitive information. It is often accomplished by posing as a trusted source and email. In a brute force attack, hackers use a dictionary software to repeatedly and systematically attempt password combinations until they find the one that works. Structured query language injections are when an attacker injects malicious code into a server to manipulate the back-end databases. The goal is to reveal private data such as user list, customer details, and credit card numbers. Man-in-the-middle attacks. This is when a criminal positions themselves between your device and the server. They eavesdrop on and intercept and manipulate communication between two parties. This often happens on unsecured wireless networks such as Wi-Fi. Denial of service attacks sees an attacker flood a website with an overwhelming amount of traffic using bots. As a result, the system crashes and denies access to real users. Cross-site scripting attacks occur when an attacker exploits vulnerabilities in a web application by injecting malicious code, usually JavaScript, into the user's browser. This lets them gain control of and access to the user's browser. Once information has been captured, the hacker can sell medical records on the dark web for up to $1,000 per record. Comparing the difference between healthcare industry and other industries, you'll see that the healthcare industry is more vulnerable. This is because healthcare companies do not like paying for cybersecurity. Hospitals have many pieces of equipment and software that are outdated or legacy systems. They are not the newer versions, and there is a disadvantage in that there are no security patches available for them. These systems are often difficult or impossible to integrate into your networking system. Healthcare data breaches are more common than you may think. Healthcare systems have many vulnerabilities. When you look at data breaches, you'll notice that internal attacks or problems are more common than hacker attacks. This is because employees are either untrained or have malicious intent. The most common types of attacks are either ransomware or email compromise attacks. Cyber terrorism is a cybercrime, and a cybercrime is a crime that involves a computer or a computer network. The federal government is pushing doctors, clinics, and hospitals to embrace electronic medical records, also known as electronic healthcare records. There are many benefits to going digital, but these benefits may be overshadowed by the threat of hackers. Cyber terrorism is the politically motivated use of computers and information technology to cause severe disruption or widespread fear in society. Securing cyberspace is not an easy proposition. Computer systems and networks are continually evolving and providing new targets for hackers and others. Fortunately, there is no significant cyber terrorism attack that has been successful in the United States at this time. However, there are a number of cyber crimes, including ransomware, that have impacted the healthcare community very dramatically. Healthcare information systems have had security breaches. Hackers exploit a weakness in a network, allowing them to transfer personal healthcare information to their own storage devices, whereby it is peddled on the black market for profit. Patient confidentiality is mandated in America by laws stemming from the Health Information Portability Act, or HIPAA. HIPAA was enacted in 1996 and was not taken seriously. So in 2009, the High-Tech Act was passed, which reinforces the liability for noncompliance for both healthcare provider and business associates that they entrust to keep patient information. Under the High-Tech Act, the first offense can cost anywhere between $100 and $50,000 per violation. Repeated offenses can cost up to $1.5 million per year. When you are unaware that you are breaking the Act or the HIPAA laws, you have a Tier 1 violation. A Tier 2 violation transpires when there is a reasonable proof that the violation would have been avoided had the provider been practicing due diligence. A Tier 3 violation occurs when the provider is found to be in willful neglect of the HIPAA guidelines and manages to correct the violation within 30 days. Tier 4 occurs when the healthcare providers show willful neglect and make no effort to correct the violation during the given period of time. This can add up to $1.5 million per year for repeat violations. Being HIPAA compliant means that you are high-tech compliant. Thank you for your attention. We look forward to providing more information about imaging informatics in the future.